I've been going through a character crisis for a while now. You guys know that all too well. And after reading through your comments, as well as talking to some people offline and playing offline, I think I've come to an informed decision that I'm really happy with. And I want to share the whole process with you here today. Now, to give you some context, let's go back to April 20th. This is the Wednesday before Texas Showdown, 2 days to go. My friend Juices, he DMs me. He says, I want to teach you everything about Cammy that I know pressure-wise, because that's my biggest issue is, like, I don't really understand how our pressure works. And he wanted to give me, like, a very simple game plan and all of the block strings and, like, meaties that he knew about because he's played Cammy for years. And even though he doesn't really play her now anymore, he still has all that knowledge. So I was very happy and very grateful that he was willing to share that with me. And so after, like, a 3-hour session, I have notes upon notes of all things Cammy's pressure. And I write it all in, like, a little Discord channel that's just me by myself where I kind of archive things. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. And so now your question probably is, well, why didn't you play her at Texas Showdown? Because if you watch my last video where I talked about the whole run and everything, I said explicitly that I only played Minot the entire time. The reason is I had been given the key to unlock every door that I needed to on Cammy. I had been giving all the information and everything that I needed, but it doesn't really mean anything if I don't know how to turn that key, if I don't know how to use it. And that's what I was really worried about is, like, I have all the knowledge, but I don't know how to apply it. And I don't know how to do it yet because I just learned it yesterday. Like, that was the issue. And so I felt like my best choice was Minot still because, one, I wanted to prey on some matchup and familiarity, like, because a lot of people don't play against that character. And if I can just play her decently well, I feel like I could win a few games, which was right. I was right. But in actuality, I don't want to play like that. I want to be more consistent, like, obviously understand my character. I was really excited to learn all that new stuff about Cammy and try to apply it, just not in a tournament, and I didn't understand it good enough yet to really give it a shot, I felt like. At least not in a bracket where I paid, like, a decent amount of money to play in, right? I think registration was $80, like, menu fee. Plus, it was like 10 or 15 for Street Fighter. So I was looking at spending $100 to go 0-2, which didn't... I wanted my best foot forward. I wanted to give myself the best shot I could, so I played Minot. But after that, after the bracket on Saturday, I did not play the game anymore. I took a little break. I didn't play Sunday. I didn't play most of Monday. I might have played Monday night. But what really got me excited to, one, try out all that new Cammy stuff that I learned, but two, just play the game a lot again, and really make a decision on what character I want to play so I can be competitive, is watching my friend 2D play in top 8. I've known him since I started the game. I mean, I met him the first time I ever went to a local and the first time I ever touched the game. And he was really good then, but nowhere near the level that he is now. I mean, he got third and he played phenomenally, right? And I told myself, I want to be at least where he is at some point. And right now, hopping through the cast and whatever, all that bullshit, is not conducive to getting there. Since I've met him, he's played Ibuki. He's gone from character to character before, like when the top tier shift, he'll try out the new character. But Ibuki is always the character that he comes back to and that he's known for. I want that. I want to be good at a character that I can come back to or be known for. And most of all, I just want to be really good at them. It's one thing to appear strong in a bracket or to appear strong to other people. It's another thing to actually be strong and be good at the game. And that's what I really want. And I always see a couple comments that you guys leave where, like, you ask, do you want to be a competitor? Is this a hobby? Like, what is this to you? And to me, at the core of it, at the very center of it, and in my heart, I just want to be a competitor. I want to be somebody who is competitive in the game and can really hold their own. And of course, I want the content creation thing to sort of intertwine with that. Like, I want to make videos on how I'm getting better, but the competition is what drives me. And I kind of forgot about that until this weekend. And once I remembered that, my decision became pretty clear. I'm going to retire Minot and play Cammy. And not just for now, for good. I feel like it's my best course of action as a competitor. I think Minot is just way too hard. A lot of work. You have to put in a lot of effort to get sometimes little reward, or even trying to do some of the simplest V-trigger combos in a tournament was way too hard for me. I just couldn't do it. This is something that I've kind of decided over the past few days. I've been playing only Cammy for the past few days, and anytime I feel like switching, I just don't, or I just get off the game. And that's worked out tremendously well for me. I also feel like that character kind of lines up more with what I'm looking to do in a game. I like playing footsies and I want to play a better footsie game. As far as doing things like whip punishing and spacing a lot better, I want to do it all on Cammy, and I want to really implement the stuff that Juices taught me and all that pressure stuff that I learned in due time, like at my own pace. In the end, I know that if I do it and if I set those objectives and I knock them down, that in the end I'll be a better player, you know. That was another big realization about playing Manat, is that I don't think I particularly like the character or like how you play the character. I think I just like playing with a goal in mind, and it's very simple. Manat has a very simple goal that you can set, which is I want to hit this V trigger combo, because they're so hard and so volatile that like every game I can just set that same goal and try knock it down, and I'll never clear it, but I'll just be happy that I have a goal. However, when you play lower execution characters or characters that don't have very crazy stuff like that, the goals become a little bit more obscure and abstract, and it's harder to stick to them. But now when it comes to Cammy, I have a goal of sort of setting my pressure up and like trying to keep the opponent caged in the corner. I feel like I have a better game plan and an objective that I want to go for now on a character that doesn't have to have a crazy execution challenge. And then once I kind of clear that goal, I'll remember that I need to set another one. I get very complacent, I think, without having that objective in a game, and then I start to contribute like my play, like how well I'm playing or how good I am at a character or how much fun I'm having, to winning rather than like clearing that goal that I've set. So that's sort of a character flaw of mine that I'm trying to work through. But yeah, I really feel like I made the right decision this time, and I made a more informed decision. I did play the character a lot. I played a lot of Cammy before the tournament, and then on Monday, and then yesterday before my flight, and I'm feeling pretty confident in it. I'm also feeling challenged enough by the character and by the challenges that I set for myself to keep going and to be happy whether I win or lose. It's more about completing my objective and improving. Of course, there's times where you still get angry and you still get salty, and that's when you that's when you have to get off, right? That's when you have to get off the game, because it's inevitable. At some point, you will forget about your goal and you'll just get kind of angry. I also feel like I was a little bit more informed this time because I was able to talk to people offline who have played the game for years or played at all levels or even played the character that I want to play. And you gain some valuable insight from that. Being able to just talk to people in general about fighting games in person is really cool and makes you want to play and like catch up to them, because a lot of people I was hanging out with were just really strong players, right? It was like Juices, Broly, Kid Viper, Don, who ended up actually winning Guilty Gear. That was kind of the crowd I was around all weekend, and it's very inspiring to see them and to see their results. They had like a wall of fame thing, like for all the years that they've had Texas Showdown. KV is on every single one at top 8 for at least one game for like 10 years. Like I want a legacy like that, and I want to be good at the game. To me, it's like, why would I play a competitive title like this and go to tournaments and compete if I'm not trying to be the best, right? And so far, I haven't really shown you guys that I'm even trying, because I just keep switching characters, like fucking around, doing stupid shit. I assure you it's still there, right? Like that competitive flame is really back in me, and I want to play. I'm here to play. The next tournament I'm gonna play in full bar, like online, but the next in-person tournament, offline tournament I'll go to is probably DreamHack in Dallas. I saw they are running Street Fighter. It wasn't like a headlining tournament, but it does have a $1,000 pop bonus. And if you play Guilty Gear or Smash, you should probably look into going to that too. I think it's like $2,500 pop bonus. So that's the next offline tournament I'm going to be training for and really trying to get ready. I think it's June 3rd through June 5th. I look forward to that. I'm probably going to road trip down there with Mr. Mad Gear and Juices, and I think Broly will be there. So I'll try and bring like my phone at least, or a camera, some sort of camera, to try and get some footage of my matches this time. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this is like the start of something new and kind of like a return to what I wanted to do originally, which was get better at the game and document it. Which I feel like I do a pretty decent job at, but sometimes we get off track, and I don't know, we watch like tier list videos or some shit. Sometimes I get off track, but hopefully we can stay on track and actually get better at the game. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.